All right, hey everybody. This is Nash here, and today I got the full 2021 Texas Longhorn depth chart. I'm going to be going over with you position by position. We got University of Louisiana Lafayette coming up this Saturday, 3 days away from the day of this video being posted. A lot to be excited about here. I'm not going to waste too much time because this video is probably going to run on pretty long. Let's just get right into it. And we're going to start off with probably the most underappreciated group on the team, the special teams. So you got Cameron Dicker as your kicker. No surprise there. Burt Arnburn as the backup. Cameron Dicker is your starting punter. Buszewski got injured last year. Buszewski, that's the correct pronunciation. He got injured last year, and it paved way for Cameron Dicker to come in the game kind of as almost like in a Roshawn Johnson sense in 2019, going to the running back room. And it was like, hey, well, this guy's actually pretty good. So, Buszewski got Wally pipped. There's just no way to say it but that. Hudson Card is your holder. A little surprising, but he's your most experienced holder on the team. Isaac Pearson behind him. Wouldn't be surprised if that changes through the year. Justin Motter is your deep snapper. Zach Edwards is the backup deep snapper. Got looks like some experience there doing that. Deshaun Jameson is your kick returner. No surprise there. He's also your punt returner. If the ball is being punted or kicked to Texas, don't go to the bathroom. Don't go get another plate of food. Don't go get a refill on your drink. You wait to do that for when the offense is on the field. And I'm joking, but my point being is when Deshaun Jameson is returning the ball, that is must-see TV. This dude is a dangerous returner. He's a threat to take it back every single time. You got Roshawn Johnson, Xavier Worthy, and Keelan Robinson behind him at kick returning duties. Roshawn Johnson, I'm going off what I've been able to see. Haven't seen those other guys. Roshawn, that guy can be a dude returning the ball. He's not Deshaun Jameson dude level, but he can be a dude. Deshaun Jameson, again, going over that one. Xavier Worthy at the punt returner. Josh Moore behind him, and Brennan Scorer. And I said Xavier Worthy of the number 2 punt returner. Deshaun Jameson, number 1. Get it through. Get it. Book it. All right. Going to the offensive line here. The offensive line, I'm going to start out where the question marks kind of are. Christian Jones, 6'6", 314 pounds. I'll give you a quick background on him. He played soccer up until his sophomore year in high school, so the footwork is presumably there. I mean, he's presumably got really good feet. Let's see if Coach Flood was able to, speak some magic to him and another guy, Denzel Okover, 14 starts, 6'4", 322 pounds, large human, senior. If I remember correctly, there was a point where this dude was almost forced to medically retire from football. It's awesome to see him being able to, and he asked to be able to hand out water to the team. He had a heat illness thing pop up. So great to see him playing. Would love to see him go out there and just be a great road grader for us. Jake Majors, ton of potential there. 6'3", 310-pound redshirt freshman. I don't know much about offensive line, but from those who do, this guy played well in games against Kansas State and Colorado. If he can continue that, we got a good center. Junior Angulau, and Derek Kerstetter, 22 starts for Junior Angulau, 6'6", 319-pound junior. He is a junior class. Right tackle, Derek Kerstetter. The 28 snaps out of him, 6'5", 310 pounds, senior. Right guard and right tackle, without a doubt, are our strongest positions on the team. those two dudes combined have 50 total starts. And that should not be overlooked. If our right side can stay healthy, that bodes very well. Our 6, 7, and 8, and not in any particular order, are going to be your Andre Carrick, 6'4", 300 pound. Your Logan Parr, 6'4", 308 pound, redshirt freshman. He's in the center slot. And right tackle, Hayden Connor, 6'5", 332 pound. So when those guys are in certain positions, I don't know exactly how this is going to work. But if an injury happens, you will see dudes moved. You'll see probably so if a guard, like say Okover goes out, Kerstetter, guard. Kerstetter is he's your cross country guy. He's your guy that's going to go to a bunch of different positions. All right, now let's move on to the next positions. Yeah, and we're going to finish off the offense here. Hudson Card has been named the starting quarterback. Casey Thompson, it is said he will get playing time. We don't know what type of playing time that is. We don't know if that's garbage playing time. Because who knows? Hudson Card may stink it up out there. And if he does, Casey Thompson, it's your time to shine. But Hudson Card, as of right now, is being given every single opportunity in the world to run away with this job. And if he does, I don't see Casey Thompson making it into the game until garbage time. You got Charles Wright at the number 3 slot, true freshman out of Austin, Texas, Austin High. Bijan Robinson, he is your elite running back. And the thing, to kind of go back to the offensive line just a quick bit, a good offensive line is going to make a good running back, an average running back look good. A good to great offensive line is going to make a good running back look great. And a good to great offensive line is going to make a great running back look elite. You're going to have holes open, and it's just easy room to run. If you have an elite running back with a good to great offensive line, that is hard to defend. Very hard. Roshawn Johnson, very capable backup, 6'2", 219 pounds, big guy. Keelan Robinson, 5'9", 183 pounds. He's kind of like a. I'm blanking on the name here. He's your McGee type of guy. Jonathan Brooks, 6 foot, 199 pounds, out of Hallettsville, Texas. He was a little bit of an underrated recruit. Probably should have been a lot higher. Dude's been looking pretty nice in camp from what's been said. And the fact that he's on the 3 deep and they put a 4 deep, keep in mind, only offensive position with 4 positions listed is running back. To me, that's noteworthy. Xavier Worthy at the number 1 spot. Love to see that. That hopefully we get some really good production out of Xavier Worthy this year. 6'1", 160 pound freshman. Behind him, you got Kevontae Dixon, 6 foot, 179. That guy's got some speed. It looks like the 1-2 position at that wide receiver slot, and not slot wide receiver, but just at that wide receiver position. Speed is on that. Troy O'Meary is in the 3rd slot. Now, he's injured. He's not going to be playing this game, so that's why you see him down there. Hopefully we see him start to rise up and maybe get somewhere else on the depth chart here. Jordan Whittington, 6'1", 203 pounds, sophomore. It does not feel like he's a sophomore. I know he's a redshirt sophomore, but man, it feels like this dude's been here a lot longer than that. But he's just kind of like a little pinball type of guy. Great contact balance. If this dude can stay healthy, we got a great wide receiver in Jordan Whittington. Alvonte Woodard, 6'2", 193 pound junior. He hasn't really broken through. It would be nice if he did. Kai Money, he's your Hunter Renfrow type, and that's what Colin Johnson used to call him last year on the team. 6'1" or 6 foot, 179 pounds. You're not necessarily going to get a really high ceiling out of Kai Money, but the floor that you get with Kai Money is higher than other players, and you know what you're going to get. There's not a question mark when it comes to Kai Money being on the field. Then you got a guy like Joshua Moore, who comes in at 6'1", 168 pounds. He plays a lot like a Devin Duvernay, but he has the body style of a Devontae Smith. So it's a little, concern. But when you have the past evidence where he's gone through, and to kind of talk about this for a second, just a quick second. He had his issues, and I'm one that he paid his dues. He was forced to go on the scout team. He was forced to take a beating every day by the defense. The guy's paid his dues. I'm not worried about that at all. Joshua Moore, the evidence is there that he can take those hits. Marcus Washington, 6'2", 291 pounds. If this dude can turn the corner, he is a good wide receiver. If he can start being more consistent and just get rid of those drops, that is a good wide receiver right there. Casey Kane, I don't know much about him. I'm not going to try to pretend to. 6'3", 192-pound freshman. He's got some size to him. Like that. I like that. Cade Brewer, your starting tight end. 6'4", 243 pounds. He's your Captain America guy. Catching passes. I don't think he was catching passes from Hudson Card at the beginning, because when Hudson Card was with him, I believe he was playing wide receiver. Jared Wiley at the number 2, and then so a 2A, 2B scenario. Jared Wiley at the 2A, 6'7", 251 pounds, or 2A or 2B. Gunnar Helm, 6'5", 238-pound freshman, true freshman, not a red shirt. He was an early enrollee. Gunnar Helm. That's looking nice. So that means Juan Davis and Jatavian Sanders, y'all move to the 3 spot on the defensive, on the offensive depth chart, and that basically means, hey, we don't need y'all this year. And what I mean by that is, we don't need y'all to press. We just get better. Focus on your craft and get better. Now let's move over to the defensive side of the ball here. We're going to start off with the kind of ends, and I have highlighted your hybrid type of guys. So those are going to be your defensive ends. Those are going to be your kind of defensive end linebacker type guys. And you got a guy like Jacoby Jones. So he's not one of the hybrid guys, but you got a guy like Jacoby Jones, 6'4", 255 pounds, senior. His production was not on par with Joseph Osai, but it was not far behind. So if this dude takes a step forward this year, it is completely realistic that he has a Joseph Osai similar type season. And Joseph Osai was misused last year. So, man, I really liked it. And then behind him, you got 95 Alfred Collins, 6'5", 302 pounds. And then behind him, former walk-on, Jet Bush, 6'2", 236 pounds. So a big difference in the body size between those guys. Jacoby Jones and Alfred Collins, that is a problem at the defensive end position for offensive lines to have to deal with. Then you got Moro Ojmo, 6'3", 286 pounds, defensive tackle. Vernon Broughton, 6'4", 306 pounds, redshirt freshman. Sawyer Gorham Welch, 6'4", 301 pound, redshirt freshman. And like I said in the defensive tackle video, all of these dudes will play. All of them. And that includes the nose tackle. And that includes a Myron Warren, who was not listed in my video. Keandre Coburn, 22 starts, 6'2", 346 pounds. That is a large human being. Try moving that. Ha. T'Vondre Sweat, 6'4", 335 pounds. I mean, he's not any smaller. Maybe 11 pounds on the weight, but you're adding 2 inches on that. Good luck. Byron Murphy, 6'1", 297 pounds. This dude has been compared to he's a bull down there. He's just out there bullying people. Myron Warren, 6'2", 285 pounds, sophomore. All these dudes are going to play. Ray Thornton, 6'3", 238 pound grad transfer out of LSU. This dude, it would be nice to see some consistent production out of him. Any level of production out of him would be just awesome. Obi Agofu, and also Ray Thornton, I believe, was a fairly high-rated prospect coming in. So coming in college at LSU. So there's upside there. Obi Agofu. Now this guy, you'll see in the next one position that we go to. He's the starting on that. So, watch out. This guy, and 1 pound difference between him and Ray Thornton. Obi Agofu watch out for this guy. He could end up being a starter this year for the defensive end. And then behind him, DJ Harris, 6'2", 226 pounds. And he's got some size for a true freshman, too. So, these things are all nice to hear. Then, here you go. You got Ray Thornton at the, and I have it on the, my apologies. Just disregard that top part. Then you got Obi Agofu at the strong side linebacker. 6'3", 237 pounds. I already said that. But I did not say where he transferred from. He came from Notre Dame. So, thank you, Notre Dame. Ben Davis, 6'4", 236 pound transfer from Alabama. He was a former 5-star, technically the most talented player on the team, if we go by star high school ratings. We could have this linebacker group went from question mark to pretty quickly here this offseason. Terence Cook's true freshman, 6'2", 220 pounds. Future's looking bright for that guy. Middle linebacker, Luke Brockermeyer. Former walk-on who turned down offers to play at other schools because he wanted to play at his father's alma mater. Well, young man, here you go. Now's your chance. Just go show off. 6'3", 225 pounds. If we had played him, maybe we might have the other Brockermeyers. And if he was deserving of playing time, I think this just goes to show why Tom Herman. Bye. Jalen Ford, 6'2", 230 pound sophomore. He was a guy that was kind of flashing as a freshman last year every little bit. Starting to flash a little bit more. That's nice to hear. But even more so, just goes to show how good Luke Brockermeyer is doing. You got Jalen Ford. I already said that. Devon Richardson, I meant to say. 6'3", 233 pound transfer from New Mexico State. He hasn't looked as great, but this guy, he was at New Mexico State, so there's a little bit of a learning curve that's going to come with it, but watch out for that guy in the future. Jaden Holaby, 6'2", 233 pounds, or 223 pound, redshirt freshman. Looking good there, and we're just now mentioning Marvin Overshone. That's how stacked our linebacker position has kind of gotten. We went from Luke Brockermeyer and Marvin Overshone, David Benda, and Jalen Ford, and Ayodele Adoyi, and then a Marcus Tillman, till we basically added that amount of names to the list. It's a nice. I mean, we've had nice additions. Marvin Overshone, 6'4", 223 pounds. This guy is he's a safety playing at linebacker, and it's not to say that he's playing out of position. It's just this dude. He's a threat to offenses. No matter where he is, he's a threat. They always have to watch out for number 0. David Benda, 6 foot, 224 pounds. Ayodele Adoyi, 6'1", 240 pounds. He's got some experience, 10 starts under his belt. That would be, I mean, we have nice depth here. And then Marcus Tillman Jr., 6'1", 239 pounds. I mean, things aren't looking bad at defensive back, at linebacker, where it kind of was earlier in the year. Then you go to the defensive back positions to kind of close off the depth chart. You get cornerbacks: Deshaun Jameson, Josh Thompson, Anthony Cook. Anthony Cook playing well. That needs to be he has been, from some people, he has been playing the best in camp for the cornerbacks. If we have 3 lockdown corners, I don't know what I'll do with myself. I will be losing my mind every single game in a good way. I mean, I am so excited to watch this group go out there and literally just ball out. You got a BJ Fox. Love to see him starting at the he's your box safety. That dude is known to hit so hard, he has given himself a concussion before in practice. This is your enforcer right there on the defense. Free safety, Brennan Scorer. I'd love to see him starting over Jaron Thompson, and it's an or spot. But the reason why I love to see it is because of how, and I'll flash it right here on the screen, how productive Brennan Scorer was his true freshman year, playing for Oregon at safety. I don't know why he was ever taken away from safety, but hopefully we find out all the reasons why he should have not been taken away from safety this year. And then Jaron Thompson, not a bad backup for him. Then you go and you got Chris Adamora as your backup box safety. He kind of lost his job in what's called the star position. That's your nickelback. Let's just call it what it is. He lost his job to Anthony Cook, but I'm not in the practices, but from what we've heard, it seems that is more just based off of how well Anthony Cook has played. Chris Adamora did have some good spots last year in games, and then he had some shaky spots in games. So, and I'm speaking coverage-wise, but he's a dude that can, I've said it before, he's going to knock the snot out of you. So, seeing him at the backup box safety, completely, I can see that. Tyler Owens, man, I hope this dude doesn't just I hope we see that dude is athletic as hell. He set the record for the Texas State Championship in the 100-meter, and then Matthew Bowling broke it the year after. I've said it in another video, but ton of talent of Tyler Owens. If he can turn the corner, holy crap. J.D. Coffey, a lot of potential in there. He was seen as some people said, hey, this guy could start, or could be seen as a guy that might take a run at the starting starting position. I didn't see that, but it was noteworthy to me. If not just one person saying it, but multiple people are saying it, okay, noted. We got some good future in J.D. Coffey, it looks like. Then you got so to back up the cornerback positions, you got Jahdae Barron, 5'11", 186-pound sophomore. He's been he's been playing well. His name is one that's been flashing, but unfortunately, when it looks like we have 3 lockdown corners, your name has to do a lot more than flash to get on the starting depth chart. Jameer Johnson behind him, 6 foot, 166 pound freshman, or true freshman. Just perfect your craft, Jameer. Perfect your craft. Darian Dunn, 6'1", 192, senior transfer out of McNeese State. This guy, he's a guy that he came here to, get his NFL resume going. So if he's able to come in as a depth piece for Texas and play some solid snaps, hopefully he's able to find himself on an NFL roster. And if we have an injury, step up, man. Time to step up and show people, hey, I'm an NFL back or defensive back. But then you got the or next to Keaton Crawford. Make sure I'm pronouncing this right. Yeah, Keaton Crawford. You got the or next to Keaton Crawford's name, 5'11", 196 pound sophomore out of John Tyler. Similar to Barron. That guy's name's been popping up. So, I mean, it's looking like our cornerback depth is looking nice. And then you got at the nickel position, Jaron Thompson and Chris Adamora backing up Anthony Cook. There are going to be times where you're going to see B.J. Foster, Brennan Scorer, and Jaron Thompson on the field at the same time. There will be those times. There's also going to be times where you're going to see 2 safeties. You're going to see 4 linemen. One's going to be a hybrid, remember? And you're going to see 3 linebackers. So your traditional 4-3-4. Man, and so just to cap off, the defense does have 12 positions listed. That's because one may go out, like I just said. You may see three safeties on the field. You may see 2. You may see 2 safeties and a nickel. And the reason why I'm going to, even though he's listed at the nickel, Jaron Thompson, if Jaron Thompson's on the field, the 3 safeties are on the field. That's what it is. And maybe so for Chris Adamora. But in the case of a Anthony Cook, if he's on the field, that's our nickel back. All right. That, like I said, this video is going to run long, and it has. It has run probably a little bit too long, but I hope you all enjoyed it. This is the official first 2021 Texas Longhorns depth chart in 3 days. 3 days. We will be playing the University of Louisiana Lafayette Raging Cajuns, and hopefully, I am recording a enthusiastic video after a nice win. I'll see y'all later, and hook 'em.